Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Gaia Force Gaming, and I'm here to bring you a deck profile for the deck that I used in the PPG TCG Con tournament. TCG Con happened in Tampa, TCG Con Tampa, and it was a gaming convention for all things trading card games. It was pretty awesome. Tampa's pretty close to where I live. I went up with some friends, some members of the team, George and Joe, some friends from locals, and we had a good time. It was a blast. It was a lot of people flew in, and it was a lot of fun to meet people from Discord and the Digimon community and just play some games. It was honestly just a great time. And there was 90 something people in attendance, 7 rounds of Swiss with a top cut, and I won. I went undefeated, and I used OTK green. Yeah, so this is the deck. It's not super creative. There's no spicy tech. It is very standard, but a lot of people are asking for it, and rather than just send the picture a million times, we're gonna do the clickbaity thing and make a YouTube video. So, for the eggs, let's start. I run 1 Motimon. He makes level 6s or higher plus 1,000. And I run 4 Ninomons. A lot of people in OTK like to run Budmon because it gives Digiburst, Digimon plus 1,000. But when you're doing the OTK, you get rid of the egg. So my thought process is, what egg would I rather have if I don't OTK? And I need to clear their board, and it's the plus 1,000 to battle because it happens on everyone. And the amount of times that I swung over a Chaosmon with a Chaosmon because I had this is insane. I think that's the move, or just play 4 of these and maybe 1 of your other choice. It's really strong. For rookies, I played, to no one's surprise, 4 of the promo Palmons. When it's used as Digiburst material, you can choose a Digimon and give it jamming. If you open this, you're cracked. You can do the OTK as long as you have your line. It's nice. It's what you want to see. And in small other ways, it kind of comes in clutch. That's the thing I think a lot of people don't realize about the deck is you're not going to OTK every single game. In fact, you're probably not going to OTK a lot. What you're trying to do is use the OTK as a threat to make your opponent either slow down the game or play against their strategy, and then capitalize on it with green's cheap evolution and superior board control. At least, in my opinion, that's the way to play it. I run 4 of the True Drop Vanillas. This could be Goblymon. I just like the art on Argomon better. 3 Tentomon. Tentomon helps you on brick. He's got an amazing play effect. I like this Tentomon a lot. I think 3 is a good number for it. I don't want to run 4. There's not really a ton of space in this deck either. 2 Leilamons. It does come up. Like when you Digiburst, going back to your hand, it gives you more rookies to get that draw later, or just put a body on board when it gets grindy and you need to go wide. And then 2 Terriermons. These memory blocking Digimon are so goated right now. You being able to stop Hammer Sparks against Imperial, or Rookie Rush, being able to just swing knowing that it won't pass turn if you're at 0 is amazing. If you play the Cerebusmon deck or the D-Brigade deck, this just says, haha, you don't get your memory, your deck's dead. And it stops Blinding Light in yellow. If you see them TK, pick up a Blinding Light, and then you just drop that guy on board, they don't know what to do. So that's my rookie lineup. I think the rookies are solid. I like 15 as a number. Even with 15, you're still going to brick sometimes, and luckily green plays out of bricks fairly well, and that's because of Digimon. He costs 4. He's a 6K. He's 1 to evolve. Run 4 of this if you're playing green. Digimon. Sick. You run 4 blocker Kabuteri. He's a 1-cost blocker. Cheap to evolve. He has the blocker keyword. You're on 2 of the regular Kabuteri because he's 1 to evolve, and War Groundmon cannot one-shot him I know that the Gargomon costs less to just drop, and yes, there were games where I had to drop him and it felt bad, but I don't want to make Wargroundmon more live. You want to try and make them just evolve over it and waste it and not have the effect if you can against yellow, and yellow's a big part of this format. 2 Woodmon. Some people ask me, why aren't you running all 1 cost level 4s? Sometimes you want to be able to put them at 1 after they put you at 1. So you want a couple of 2 costs to evolve or 2 costs to drop. And 6K is actually huge on the blocker right now because of the way the format works. Yes, Wargrey will one-shot him, so you got to kind of pick your battles, but more blockers makes the Rookie Rush and Imperial matchup better. And I like having 6 blockers. I like having half of my level 4s be blockers. It doesn't feel bad to evolve over them. Level 5s, Argomon. He's at 1 for a reason. I don't think I played his effect a single time, but just the fact that it could have come up is huge. It's your 5th Digizorption. Digizorption makes this deck pop off. It's amazing. You have the other, we just talked about Digizorption, so you have your Blossomons. Digizorption is what makes Nidhogg a threat. If you have a Rookie in Raising and 1 memory and they pass to you, Nidhogg is live. So that's something that they always have to keep in consideration when just, it's crazy. If you have HPD, like you could go to Chaosmon that turn too. You can do so much with so little in green. It's insane. 2 Lilamons. If you take all 5 security and build to this in Raising, and they have a turn to figure it out, because then even if they choke you, even if you don't have a Mimi, you could rest their blocker and swing for game. Or early, if you're fighting a tempo game, using this to swing over with Minomon. This swings over Pyodramon. This swings over Dino Beamon. Swings over most blockers, War Growl, with the Minomon, which is another reason I like Minomon. I mean, I guess Budmon would do the same, but my point stands. Minomon, best baby. 2 Cherrymon. Speaking of Imperial Dramon, it's very popular, and Cherrymon says no free swings with your level 5s. Cherrymons also can attack without losing memory. It doesn't have the normal blocker stipulation. It's 2 to evolve, which none of these other ones are, but that feels good when it goes off. I have 9 level 5s. I actually missed level 4s more than level 5s, and I run 12 of those. But it is what it is. You play out of your bricks. Play through your bricks. Bricks happen. 4, Grand Quagamon. It's what makes the OTK K, and also ONT. It Digibursts 2 to give it Digimon Sec +1. There was a game, not in this tournament, but I played recently that I just feel like sharing this little story about. We were playtesting where I got Kentaros, because I was building up. I had a champion, I think, in Raising, and an Argomon. He had 1 security left, and he Kentaros my little Argomon, my baby boy. And I was able to, with the memory he gave me after he Kentaros, and then I think he put me at 5 or something. I went to this guy, Digizorped, evolved to this, and I swung into security, survived, and then I Digizorped the 2 onto the Argomon to give him a security +2 so that he actually checked after being Kentarosmon. It was pretty cool. I just felt like sharing that. Basically, you don't have to give him the boost, which is really helpful. 2 Nidhogg. There were some times I wish this was 3. I just think my list is too tight. I don't want to drop a level 5. I don't want to drop a level 4. I don't want to drop a level 3. And I like my options in tamer count. So this is just where it's at. Fuck the 6. Nidhogg's crazy. He can really answer boards, and then 13,000 is an insane number swinging the security. The real MVP of the deck, though, is Chaosmon. I don't know why this deck is called OTK. It should just be called Green Chaosmon, because I win with Chaosmon more than I do OTKing. I mean, even after you spend your like a Nidhogg does this thing, sits there, you evolve over to answer their unsuspended Digimon. That's crazy. Or you Digiburst. If you have a Mimi out, you Digiburst from a champion into a Blossom. Then you go into a Grand Kawaga while it's still suspended. You Digiburst out the 2 to give Sec +1, and then evolve into this. You unsuspend, attack something, do 2 checks. This is a kill spell, basically, in green, and then it's attached to a 14k body. And when they hit this in security, they feel bad. Shout out to Max Tapera. I'm sorry, buddy. 2, Mimi. Mimi is the best bae. She wins games. I won more games just from having Mimi on board and promoting and swinging than anything else. You just want to make your opponent answer your board, and this is a question that you ask is, hey, here's Mimi, I'm going to start at 3 memory. I can promote my guys, keep them safe in here until I'm ready to bring them out, and I can bring them out whenever. I love Mimi. If this was at 4, you'd run more than this. Maybe not 4, but this is insane. Every game that I resolved in HPD, I won. There wasn't a single game that I HPD'd and lost because it's a free 5 memory, essentially. And then 2, Needle Spray. Needle Spray, in security, it's nice. I think the best thing is that it goes to your hand. It's not super often that you actually rest something and it goes to your hand. Just this format, there's not a ton of bodies on board, especially when you're playing green and you're controlling the board. But the powerful thing about Needle Spray is if you go to 3 with Mimi, you can Nidhogg with 1 memory. So being able, say they have a bunch of little guys or a 5k blocker, and they have their big boss monster, their War Greymon, they left it unrested. They have a Pitomon and a War Greymon unrested. They're feeling so safe. Oh, if he goes to Chaosmon, I can just block it. You Needle Spray their War Greymon, and then with your 1 memory, you Digizorp, you go to Nidhogg, wipe their board. It's just a flower cannon. I mean, it's tempo. Control the board. Win the game. I think this deck's amazing. I know there are some people who don't like it. It does brick, and that does feel bad, but every deck bricks. You play Digimon, you're going to brick. It doesn't matter if you have perfect ratios. But I think this deck is a lot of fun to play. It's very rewarding to play. I think it really benefits people who put time and effort into learning it, and I have a lot of fun playing this deck. I think it plays a lot like Omni Red from older sets, and I think that's why I like it so much. I know that sounds a little silly, but my matchups, let's talk about those. Round 1, I played Edwin. He was playing a Shine Greymon list that I thought was just a regular War Greymon yellow list, and it took me by surprise. I lost game 1. I won the next 2 games to get the dub. Shine Greymon's still a thing. It's still really scary. It's actually like insanely scary because I wasn't ready for it, and it was a really close game. I had a great time. Shoutouts to Edwin. I think he lives in Orlando, he told me. We had a good game. So it was Shine Greymon / War Greymon yellow, and it's just Shine Greymon with all the new tricks and War Greymon as a backup boss monster. It's strong. A lot of DP reduction, a lot of board control. Round 2, I played Gage Swift, the man. He flew out from California to play. That's insane. You might recognize his name because he plays in a lot of PPG events online. He tops a lot of them. He's a fellow Red player from older formats, and he was playing Blue Imperial. It was 100% my closest match of the day. It was very back and forth, but in the end I got it. I think, this is actually a fun fact, not to spoiler, but almost every game I lost the first game and had to win the next 2 to come out of it. So that was a lot of fun. Shout out to Gage. It was cool to meet you in person. They were great games. They were a lot of fun. He ended up bubbling out at 9th, which I know feels bad, but that's a killer run. It was good showing, dude. Honestly. I just have a lot of experience getting whooped by Imperial playing with Dan and Trey. So then round 3, I played against Rookie Rush. Yes, it still exists. His name's Isaac. He was with a group of friends. He's a great dude. I lost game 1. I won game 2. I think I won game 2 pretty quick. I think it's like he stomped me game 1, I stomped him game 2, and game 3 was a little bit closer. Rookie Rush can come out of nowhere and win. His security just didn't have it. I think there was a game where I had a Terriermon on board. I don't remember if it was 2 or 3, and that's what saved me. Or it was 3 because he told me he had double Hammer Spark, and it was like goated. So yeah, really good game against Isaac. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Honestly, this whole day was so much fun. So, round 4, I played against Michael. I believe he was also playing green, but the Piercing Herc list, not the OTK variant. And I kind of bricked in game 1, so I didn't show any of the pieces that would be the OTK variant because my eggs make people think I'm running the Herc build. And I use that to my advantage. I ended up squeaking out game 1. And then he chose to go second, which was a huge benefit for me because I went Palmon, Veggie, and he was like, oh no, you're running OTK. I thought we were in a mirror match. And he just gave me turn 1, which gave me a big advantage because I had it and I did the thing. But I think I lost game 2, or did I? Or no, I won game 2 as well. So that was one of the games I did not 2-1. I 2-0'd. Round 5. I played Croy. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm sorry. I know I learned it. But he had my favorite deck of the day. He played 2-color control. A lot of people don't think it's a thing, but it's a thing. I was so worried about that matchup, and he just had absolute dog water security checks for 2 games in a row. That's honestly what it comes down to. He didn't really play a game against me. He, I think, whooped everyone else he played, but security control is real. I actually asked him for his list because I like it. I might play it. So, shout-outs to you. Great games. Shout-outs to everyone, honestly. I'm, like, rambling. Round 6, I played the homie, Max, green on green, Herc versus OTK. And it was very quick. We completed 3 games super fast in, like, 15 minutes. I got game 1. He got game 2. And game 3, he got greedy. Swung into security instead of answering my board, trying to get a free check with Herc, and he hit the Chaosmon, and it kind of cost him the game. He just couldn't bounce back from that. He ended up coming second place. Big shout-outs to Max Tapera. It was so cool to meet you in person after we've been talking and chilling online all this time. Round 7, I was the only undefeated left, but because there was a top cut, they did the round 7 as well. So I got paired down. But it was still a really close game. I was actually scared I was going to lose it. It was against Kevin. He was playing Wargram on yellow, and he beat me round 1 really quickly. The second game, not the round, I'm sorry. He beat me game 1 very quickly, handedly. Game 2, he bricked a little, gave me like 5 memory, and I built up to Grand Kuaga. And he basically just had to drop something else on board, and I did the OTK thing, you know, what green do. And game 3 was close, and I squeaked it out. And then we went to Top Cut. It was a really long day. Me and a couple other people proposed just to split the prizing and take the standings as they were, just so we didn't have to play out another 3 rounds, and that's what we all did. Because at the end of the day, I had a great time. Everyone in top 8 was hyping each other up. We were all hoping each other did well and had good games, and at the end of the day, everyone getting like 18 packs was a lot cooler than some people walking away with only a few. So this was TCGCon was such a blast, and I know like I'm rambling and I'm saying the same stuff over again, but I'm just still on such a high from yesterday, from playing 7 rounds with the community, people who flew out from Texas and Cali, drove down from Georgia. It was insane. Just this game is really special to me, and I'm glad that it's in my life, and I'm glad that I met you guys and started a YouTube channel and a card game team. I have these friends and this family, and yeah, thanks guys. I mean, I'm really blown away. Even if I didn't get the win, it would have been such a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys.